Welcome to the Resonate Church Missoula podcast. This podcast exists to equip and encourage the members of Resonate Church to get the gospel to people, people to community, and community to mission. Thanks for listening.
Well, Jerry, we just wrapped up our first week of the year, 2026 week of welcome in the books. Just got done with our Sunday gathering, just finished tearing down from the barbecue and church and all that stuff. So what's your, you have a full-time career and a family, and you've been busy and out of town, and kids are sick and all that stuff throughout.
Kids are kids.
Kids are kids, yeah. Kids are always doing kid stuff. So you have kind of an outside perspective on all this compared to our student leaders. So from what you've seen today and the rest of the week, what are you seeing this year? What seems to be going on?
Well, it seems like more than just growing inch by inch. It seems like there was kind of a leap from last year to this year where we're hitting like a point of an exponential on the curve, right, where it seemed like at some points it's gone out of control, like beyond what we can lay hands on or lay claim to. I think a lot of that's just it feels like people are tangibly taking a vision. Like what we're seeing this year is evidence that people have taken the vision and ran with it, because they've gone further than we ever could with just our team.
Right.
Obviously, because I came with a core team to plant here, and I haven't participated hardly at all in Week of Welcome, and we've had the craziest Week of Welcome we've ever had, ever.
It'd be interesting to go back to the original core team and try to map like how much participation that original core team had in this Week of Welcome. I bet it's almost none across the board, which is a good thing.
And rightfully so.
Praise God for it.
Yeah, and I mean, even just, it seems like by every metric, numerically, things are just out of hand. I think I just counted like 251 people in our service, which is like 100 more than our largest baptism or Easter or whatever service.
I was looking back at our Discord yesterday at this time last year, and we were super excited to announce that this Sunday last year we had 135 adults and 20 kids at church on Sunday. So we're at 155 1 year ago. Yeah. We just hit 251 plus 20 kids or whatever we had back in the
more kids
program.
It's just, it seems crazy. And people were like, well, didn't we have that many people in Waypoint? I'm like, brother, you couldn't cram that many people in the Waypoint. Dude, there's no way.
We had a couple services touching around 190, but those were really uncomfortable in Waypoint.
Yeah. So, and even just hearing stories of students, I was listening to the previous Month of Welcome podcast episodes, and I was telling you, hearing about students texting people that they just met and having those people actually respond to you at a high rate is unbelievable to me. I think that's been the craziest thing I've heard all week. Because, after somebody moved me into college like 10 years ago, so even in that time span, all those years moving people in or doing Week of Welcome, I've never heard of people responding to your text messages, inviting you to glow in the dark, capture the flag, or whatever.
Freshmen are historically terrible at that.
Everybody ghosts you. That's like the biggest barrier for Month of Welcome. So the fact that we're seeing high rates of people, I mean, all the social change of people being more social and stuff like that, I think that kind of has an explanation as far as COVID and stuff like that. But
it doesn't explain, like, students when we were in college weren't as good at texting back or weren't texting back at the rate that students are right now.
Right.
And that was pre-COVID, all those things that people point to. So when we were talking about it, I think a lot of it, some of it's that our student leaders are doing a good job. They're following up and sending invites and stuff. Probably better than we did back in the day. But I think the bigger piece is that what we're doing now is so much fun and has so much energy and optimism, enthusiasm around it that people want to be a part of it.
Yeah.
They just, it's easier to text somebody back when you see they have a Resonate shirt on and you see 50 other people with a Resonate shirt helping out during move-in day. Yeah. Oh, this is kind of a big thing these people are a part of.
And they're all like the most fun people on campus. It's actually what's happening.
Yeah, so it just becomes a mass thing.
Yeah, and it seems like the hard part to replicate or to give advice or feedback or try to coach somebody else on like, hey, how would you replicate this on another campus is the vibe that we've experienced where we kind of hit critical mass and we are now the thing to do in Week of Welcome. Like, it's not, I don't know how you take that and just drop it on another campus. And I think that's also evidence of what I was talking about earlier, people catching the vision and running with it and taking, like, it starts to exude out of their own personality in a way that's like, you can't just tell people to go read this and it's going to work the same way in Michigan or in North Dakota or whatever.
Right. There's a cultural component for sure. I actually think we were primed for this for years. We had the same structure, the same vision. We were running the same pace. We had all the same stuff ready to go. Like, we had the sails set for years, and we were just asking God for a class of students who bought in, wanted to lead their peers, took it seriously. And year after year, we didn't have that class. We would have, a handful, 2 to 5, maybe 10 students from a class that were taking it seriously. 2 to 5 is probably more reasonable. And then a couple years ago, 2 years ago, a class came through that was just different. It's the current juniors right now. Was just markedly different. So then we last year built this whole class of student leaders that then got everybody to go to Elevate, and now it's starting to snowball. But it's been interesting to me that we had the sails set for years, and we were just waiting on God to move, and in God's timing, He brought the right people, the right class around.
Yeah, and it's not even like this is the first year we've ever tried to reach students at move-in, or this is the first year we ever tried to hand out snow cones or whatever. It's not like we've added an element. We've been doing pretty much the exact same thing since we got here, really. So no, I totally agree. And it's just crazy to me. And like I said, it's exponential, and it would make way more sense and be way more logical if it was like, oh yeah, last year was 100 people. This year it's 120. Next year it'd be 140, whatever. And you just keep marching. But it's kind of got the only God feel of like, it's just crazy. It's out of hand.
Right. Yeah, and I mean, we could reasonably expect it won't continue like an exponential asymptote that goes up to infinity. There's some natural limits here. The university is relatively small compared to a lot of universities. There's only 11,000 students here, so at some point there will be some natural.
We have no money. Stuff like that.
There's some things like that are going to limit us a little bit. And we're not. I mean, I'm not at all attracted to or interested in the 5,000 person church thing. I think we would work really hard at that if we're even getting toward that world. Work really hard to create some different models.
And even talking to some guys in the back today, it's like if and when, Lord willing, we fill that room week over week, this week that room was full when we had it piped and draped off. They're like, man, what are we going to do if we have this room piped off and it's full every week? We got no more space. I said, we're going to plant a church, bro. Right. That's what we do. Like, it's not in our DNA to grow to be that size. Right. So I was also sitting in the back this week thinking, if I could peel back the curtain on our elder board meetings for the last year or so, like, thank God that He put in our brain, like, hey, we should be planning and looking forward to the future. And started the ball rolling to find a new venue and just all the things that put in motion to make today even possible. Because even if we had the week that we had this week and we were still meeting where we were meeting, there's no way. Like, we couldn't have crammed that many people into a Sunday service. So thank God that He provided the wisdom and the insight and the teams and the resources and everything and the volunteers. I mean, there was just so many pieces of this evening that were just like only God. This only I could not have planned that myself. We could not have planned that with our 5 brains together, just us. Like, it's just it's just crazy.
Well, and when we were first trying to figure out what do we do, we're growing out of this space. We had a lot of optimism for a little while about meeting in the other church down here near campus. And then we were pretty bummed. Some people in our church were really bummed to hear that they said, no, we can't meet in their building. And somehow, I was discouraged by that. I was sad. I thought it would be a great fit for us, but I was just confident that they're saying no because God has something for us. I don't know what it is. I don't know how it's going to work out. We've tried the campus thing, and it's been a mess before. But it's just cool to see God, even in the discouraging no's, He's obviously doing something. He had a plan for us here, and it took the no for us to start asking the university and poking around and figure out that this place is available, which is a way better fit, I think, in every way, or almost every way at least.
I was also it was making me wax poetic about our first initial launch service that we did downtown. We had I don't know how many people.
55 people.
60 people there. And we're stoked.
Yeah.
I mean, praise God.
Yeah.
We just planted. We've got 60
we had done a
people
summer of
in.
house church with like 28 people.
Yeah, and it was just
wow,
like, you know,
60?
we send the service, and the room was small, but it felt full. It was like, oh my God, this is insane, man. We got 60 people in here. And it's just like, yeah, I just continue to be amazed. Like, it's just unreal. Yeah. But yeah, I think there's a lot of things that are just natural limiters for our growth, and most of all, it's our DNA. Like,
right.
We're not built to be a big church because we plant churches. That's just that is what it is.
We plant churches, and we're really intentional about life on life and discipleship, and being able to make disciples in the life of the church, not just as part of a curriculum that you buy online and practice.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're not designed for it, and we're not going to build toward it, but we do want to make a difference on this campus, and we're moving in that direction. Yeah,
and this year it kind of seems like it's happened whether we wanted it to or not. I mean, obviously we really wanted it to, but I think when you pray and plan and prepare and ask God for things in His name, He's going to provide it whether or not you're ready for it. Yeah. So, thank God we were ready this Sunday. It was amazing.
Yeah,
I was stoked.
Yeah, it felt a lot like it feels like this every new growth step you take, but it feels like we arrived at the thing we've been dreaming of for years.
Yes.
You and I have been setting up and tearing down pretty much every Sunday for 7 years now, always in hopes of this kind of thing. We would start to see what maybe looks like the beginnings of revival on campus, and see dozens of students who want to serve and lead their peers. And so now we're getting to see it. It's like the fruit of many years of difficult labor. Yeah,
and like our mantra of like, let's make it hard to not know about us. Let's make it hard to not be a Christian on campus. Like, that's actually, like, we've heard little tidbits of that on campus of like, like, these people won't leave me alone. Like, they won't stop giving me flyers. They won't let me leave without a glow stick. They you cannot be here and not at least have seen Resonate Church. Like, you've got to know who we are at this point. Yeah.
I love that stuff so much. I love hearing that students are sick and tired of Resonate people harassing them about Jesus on campus. I can't get enough of that. Yeah. That's exactly what we want. I hope you either need to come to Jesus through the influence of our people on campus, or leave this campus because there's so many people sharing the gospel. Yeah. That's what I want to see.
Yeah, so here's the formula for that. You come to church, you just come planning on hating it, and then someday you'll end up setting up and tearing down and out of church plants that you never even planned on being at. Right. Yeah, that's how that works. But yeah, I think it seems like all those mantras that we kind of set out there as a lofty goal are like, wait a second, that might not be like 5 years away. That might be like next year. It might be this year. It's the crazy thing is it's August, bro. Like, this is
last year. This service last year, we had 135 adults, 20 kids, and then we had multiple services up over 170, 180 last year. Yeah. Which is pretty rare. Usually the first service is kind of the peak, and then you go downhill from there. Last year, it was a jump, and then we just kept climbing and climbing. So theoretically, I don't necessarily expect this to happen, but theoretically, if we kept meeting people and kept growing, we might be using this whole building by the time we get done with this year.
Yeah, no pipe and drape necessary, no wall necessary.
Right. Yeah, we might be using the whole room.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Pretty cool to be a part of.
Yeah, it's exciting.
Well, we got another week ahead of us. We're going to be tabling on campus every day and doing spiritual surveys and meeting students. And we had 60 connection cards filled out.
Yeah, that was another stat we didn't even get to. It's like not only just the people in the room, but I think Caleb was saying the most we've ever had at a service is like 27.
27, yeah.
We had 62 today, 62 connection cards. It's getting to be
those are people that want to meet with a staff member, get coffee, hear about Jesus, learn about our church.
Yeah. It's getting to be at the point where it's like, okay, thank you, God, but what are we supposed to do, bro?
I only have 3 interns.
Yeah, we only have this many volunteers. We only have so many people. We only have so much money. What are you doing, bro? Right.
Yeah, good problems to have.
Yeah, I guess so. That's probably the kind of problems we were begging for 5 years ago or something like that. But so that's more connection cards than the people who were even initially in attendance at our first service.
Yeah, that's a funny stat.
That's insanity, bro.
That's good. Yeah, we ran out of our new tender gifts, and me and my staff have a lot of work to do this week, meeting up with people. But yeah, we'll be on campus meeting even more people, and we really do want to make it. We want to make it hard to go to the University of Montana and not have someone in your face telling you about Jesus. Like, you have to run away to not hear it at this university. So anybody who's listening, you could pray for our church, pray for our staff and our leaders, that they would keep the pace, keep the energy. Next weekend, we're going up to Glacier for our church camp out, and that's kind of our big integration moment where we hope students get connected to not just one or two people, but the actual body of our church, and say, these are my people, this is my family, this is where I'm going to be during college. So I'm excited for Glacier. It's going to be a good time.
It will be. Yeah.
Jerry, thank you. Thank you for 7 years of setup and tear down every week. And hopefully God gives us 7 more.
At least, bro. 77 more.
Yeah, that's right. All right, I'll talk to you later.
See ya.